6 o'clock on Thursday. And you know what that means. It's everyone's favorite live comic book show on YouTube, Collectors Confessions Live. Here on the show, we do a whole bunch of things. We go through the comics we bought for the week. We give you recommendations for next week. And we talk about other stuff that's comic related. For example, if you're looking at the comments, you know that we interviewed Jimmy Palmiotti this past week. Check it out. It's a great interview. He was absolutely fantastic. And we're setting up to interview his wife, Amanda Connors. He's going to arrange that for us, which is completely awesome. Plus, we are full into our Comic Shop-O-Rama series, which is when we visit comic shops around the area. If you have a comic shop you would like us to visit, if you own one or if you know someone who owns one, please email us. We will make an arrangements to go and to see them. It's actually a regular flash hat, but you know, Comic Plug, we haven't done the spin yet because we have to do the spin before we start the show because we still can't figure out how it works, see? Detective Comics is backwards. So without any further ado, it's everyone's favorite time of the show. I'm going to spin the camera around. And you get to see some of the Basement and Angels here, Comic Books here, all our favorite subscribers. Here we go, ready for the spin. Here we go. It's spin time. And there we go. Now we are in our spin. And we are here on the right side. And see, now it's a regular flash hat, not a reverse flash hat. Big week this week. That's why we called it a monster haul. Look at this friggin' weekly haul. Anton's here. Comic Plug's here. Angel's here. Brian's here. All our regulars are here. Hopefully you guys hear me well. We have a new microphone set up starting this past week. So we jumped up our microphone quality. So hopefully it's working. But you guys are here for one reason and one reason only. You want to see the comics that we bought and you want to talk about comics with us. So let's get into it. Detective Comics 1097. The Penguin is coming. The Penguin is going to be in this. Another Batman Battle of the Penguin arc is coming up. So who doesn't love that? Detective Comics, the Batman series as a whole has been great. Hush has been fantastic. Detective's been fantastic. This has also been fantastic. Batman and Superman, World's Finest, number 39. Mark Waid is writing. This is a JLU tie-in, and we'll talk about that later on with our recommendation for next week. Hey, Jason Finestone is there. Jason, did you get the package that I sent you yet? Here is my favorite cover of the week. Superman Unlimited #1. It's the James Gunn variant cover. I am hoping to get this signed one day. If anybody out there knows James Gunn and wants to send this show to him and have him reach out to us, we would love to have him on the show. And we'd love to get this signed. This is an awesome cover. Let's keep going. The New Gods #6. I am a huge Jack Kirby fan, and anything that comes out that is Jack Kirby related, I'm going to buy it. So if you do this, if you did 10 of these series, I sent it last weekend. Yeah, I sent it last week. And keep an eye out for it. You should be getting it. You should have got it yesterday. But you should be getting it maybe today or tomorrow. I'll check it out. Titans 23. This one confused me the most because it hasn't been very consistent. So I really don't know where they are. Like, I haven't read one in a couple of months, but they're not coming out at the same week like most comics are. Like, Zatanna comes out every single month at the same week, and this series has been great. It ties into Justice League Unlimited. If you're reading Justice League Unlimited, you should 100% be reading this. Let's keep going. This is a strange one. Haven't started reading it yet, but are loving the covers and the tie-in with the Flash. It's Sonic the Hedgehog and DC. It's issue #3. It's moving very slow. Like, I feel like this series should be over already. I seem like I have so many issues, but I've been buying a lot of the variant covers, such as this one. This is the Flash Batman variant cover, which is awesome. They do some great covers on here. Okay, so now I got the Flash hat on today. There's probably a reason why. If you notice, the title is not Flash related. It's monster related because we have a monster haul. And because this Saturday, if you're going to be with us, we are visiting Frankenstein Comics in South Jersey. That video goes live at 5:44 on Saturday. We will be doing a live chat during it. So if you're around, check it out. If you've never heard of Frankenstein Comics, it is a legendary South Jersey comic shop. It has been there for 40 years, and it is like they picked it up from 1988 and placed it here in 2025. So let's look at why I'm wearing the Flash hat. It's because Absolute Flash #1 was reprinted, and there it is, the #1 reprint of Absolute Flash. I love these covers. It goes back to the New 52 cover. I need to get this signed by the comic Nick Robles, I think is the artist. But also Absolute Flash 3 came out, and I bought not one, not two, but every single one of the variant covers. So let's do that. Absolute Flash #3. That's the regular cover. That's one of the variant covers, which is absolutely fantastic looking. I like how it's crossing over the thing. There's another variant cover. That will be 3 so far. There's another variant cover. That's 4. And there's the silver version of it. Not silver. Silver. I love the way the backs look with the red. I really love these. Here is the 1 in 25, I think this is. This is one of the more limited ones. It's a virgin cover. And then finally the big one. This is the 1 in 100 one. Love the foils. There you go. Look at that. That's the Flash. Let's look at all of them at once. There you go. Absolute Flash 3. There's all the covers. All the variant covers from Absolute Flash 3. Yes, I have a addiction, but there could be worse addictions. Just like you guys out there, I have an addiction like you do, comic book addiction. It's I think the best addiction to have. I guess the best addiction would be no addiction. Terminator 7. I am a huge fan of the retelling of or the continuation of movies, and this Terminator 1 has been great. This issue #1 was fantastic. Only thing only qualm I have is that Tony Fleeks isn't writing it. Tony Fleeks is a friend of the show, and he will be on. He's our interview this week. We're actually interviewing Tony on Tuesday about his new series, which we'll talk about in a little while. Stay tuned. Tony Fleeks has a new series out, and it's going to be good. Amazing Spider-Man 4, the #1 selling comic book last month was Amazing Spider-Man #1. I believe this month there will be at least one of these on. Has anyone else noticed that right now Marvel is really pushing Spider-Man hard? They did Spider-Man, new Spider-Man series, Spider-Man Predator, Spider-Man Godzilla, and now Spider-Man Wolverine. So there are a lot of Spider-Man series going on at Marvel right now. Big push on Spidey. I thought there'd be more Fantastic Four. Doom Academy 4. One World Under Doom crossover. This series has been awesome. One World Under Doom has been a fantastic crossover series, setting up so many things in the future. Here is, speaking of future, here is Fantastic Four #48. This is a facsimile, and it contains the first appearance of a very strange looking Galactus. This is what Galactus originally looked like. The costume is horrible in my opinion. Yeah, I read that, Anton, that OJ was supposed to. Imagine how different that movie would have been if OJ Simpson was the Terminator and not Arnold Schwarzenegger. Thank goodness better heads prevailed. More Fantastic Four 32. This is a One World Under Doom crossover. There's the regular cover. There's the Disney cover. You know how I like Disney covers. And here is the Alex Ross cover. Can anyone tell me in the comments, why is Ant-Man on the cover of a Fantastic Four issue? Comment. Tell me why you think he is. I'll talk about it at the end. I'm going to put this one aside so I can mention it at the end. The Hulk and Doctor Strange. This is that series that they've been doing where they combine two heroes. It's been delayed a little bit, so... Yes, comic plug. Ant-Man was in the Fantastic Four. He was in the Mike Allred run. He was with Miss Thing. Who was the rest of that team? If anybody knows who was the rest of the team. No, it's completely the same cover, Corbin. These Disney covers are great. They've been doing Disney covers with Fantastic Four lately. Incredible Hulk, had to pick this one up. Homage to Hulk 181. This is Hulk 25. Chris Giarusso. I love his art. He just did a whole connecting cover one. Now he's doing the homage covers. Here's another Alex Ross. This is the Incredible Hulk 25. Has Gargoyle on the cover. Here is Iron Man. Has a classic Wasp on the cover. Alex Ross's covers are unbelievable. Superior Avengers, which is another One World Under Doom tie-in. This is issue 2. Here's a Yellow Jacket cover from Alex Ross. Thunderbolts Doomstrike number 5. Still missing issue number 1, so I haven't been able to start reading it yet. What's everyone's thought now? It's a couple weeks in. Did everyone see Thunderbolts? What did you think of Thunderbolts? I really enjoyed it. So did Cassidy. Here's the comic of the week from Marvel, in my opinion. The Thing number 1. We should be getting a lot more Fantastic Four. Tony Fleeks is writing this, and as soon as I saw Tony was writing it, I reached out and asked Tony if he would come on for a second interview with us and talk about his work on the Thing series that he's going to be doing. And he said yes, so that will be, we'll be recording it on Tuesday. I'll need a week or so to edit, and then it will be appearing probably in 2 weeks. And today, earlier, we had a pretty cool short come up about Wonder Man and how Wonder Man's costume is definitely the worst grouping of costumes in Marvel Universe. None of his costumes are anywhere near cool. So he's actually was on the cover of West Coast Avengers 7 on this negative John Tyler Christopher cover. Bad. His costumes are bad. Like, that's a bad costume. And that's not as bad as the Leisure Suit one. The Leisure Suit one has to be one of the worst costumes ever in comic books. Vision and Scarlet Witch number 1. Another new series starting over at Marvel. This is a Quicksilver Alex Ross timeless cover. These timeless covers are fantastic. There are a bunch of them last week. There's a bunch of them this week. There's a bunch of them next week. Finally, the last comic of the week is the Ultimates 12. Marvel's best series running right now is the Ultimate crossover line. The Wasp costume is amazing. Yes, Medusa was on the team, right? It was Medusa, Miss Thing, Ant-Man, She-Hulk maybe? Was She-Hulk the... I have stuff around here because Mike Allred, who we interviewed a while ago, he did the art for it, and it's a really interesting take on the Fantastic Four. They asked... The Fantastic Four is going to take a break, and they each have to ask someone to take over them, and Johnny asks his girlfriend at the time, Darla Delaney, I believe her name is, and she gets a Thing suit from Ant-Man. So nice, really cool storyline. Here are our recommendations for next week. We do 3 indie, 1 Marvel, 1 DC. I actually could have done like 10 DC this week. There's a lot of good DC comics coming out. Here are the indies. Herculoids number 3, written by friend of the show, Tom Snagorski. If you're not reading Herculoids, the covers alone are fantastic. It's like taking you back to the 1980s when you watched the cartoon on Saturday morning. Dark Honor is a new series from Image. It's an interesting idea. It's a 2020 COVID-19 story about a gang war during COVID-19. So I saw that and I was like, that's a really interesting idea for a story. So I'm going to check that out. And finally, the last indie one is Feral 13, written by Tony Fleeks, who is also now writing The Thing. The last time we had Tony Fleeks on, he was talking about Feral before it even came out. Now we're having him back to talk about his new series, which is The Thing. The Marvel comic recommendation of the week is Giant Size X-Men number 1. Yes, Giant Size X-Men number 1 is back. It's a new series at X-Men. Looks pretty good. Has a bunch of variant covers. And finally, the last recommendation is DC. Justice League Unlimited number 7, which is a crossover with Batman Superman World's Finest. Justice League Unlimited 7 is a crazy issue. Gorilla Grodd and the Legion of Doom have taken over the Watchtower, and the Justice League Unlimited might not be sticking around long. This series has been great, crossing over with 5 or 6 other series. If you're not reading Justice League Unlimited, you're really missing out on a great series over at DC. That's it. That's all we got for the week. I don't have anything else lying around to show you guys. I didn't buy anything else. We have some stuff coming up. We're going to be at a couple of conventions. Not this weekend, because this weekend is Memorial Day, and we're not traveling off Staten Island for Memorial Day because the traffic is ridiculous. Next weekend on Saturday, we will be at Queen's Comic Party in Brooklyn. On Sunday, we will be at Trenton High School for Trenton's High School's annual convention. It's a great convention if you're in the area. They do a great job. A lot of good vendors, and it helps raise money for their arts program, so check it out, all right? The turkeys are going crazy on Staten Island right now. There's turkeys everywhere, and we've seen them like getting run over, and they're running in front of your cars. Turkeys are crazy right now on Staten Island, so definitely, I wish we could hunt them, but we can't. Thanks for watching. You know what I'm going to say now. Love what you collect what you love. I'm going to switch the camera around before I turn it off, so hopefully next week, same Collector's Confession time, same Collector's Confession channels. Check out all our other stuff going on. We have a bunch of shorts. We have a Frankenstein Comics visit on Saturday, and an interview with Jim Palmietto from Tuesday. Check that one out. Right after we end this, go check out that interview. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody.